definitely Ghana is mourning.
Yeah.
And we're mourning on a sad note, but also on a very triumphal journey of Nana Konadu Agyemang-Rawlings. For me, as I consider her in this Fourth Republic, I would consider her as a trailblazer in Ghanaian politics. And you are aware very well that she's etched her time really in the fabric of Ghana and would continually be remembered by the good people of this country. As we reflect upon her life and journey, I'm certain that Ghana has gotten to a place where a number of her aspirations has been achieved. We have in this country the first female vice president, and clearly you are aware how Nana Konadu Agyemang-Rawlings distinguished herself as an individual beyond being the first lady of the Republic of Ghana, the longest serving, starting up the 31st December Women's Movement, which was clearly to affirm the fact that women have a role and women have a place in our Ghanaian polity. She hammered in that very well in the startup of her own political party, NDP. You would have ordinarily thought that as a wife of a former president, I mean, her journey should come to an end when the presidency of her husband comes to an end, but she felt that there was more that she could do, and continually she edged up for more, which is why she set up the NDP, and she wrote a book, very, very excellent book that I've read back to back. It Takes a Woman. Clearly you see that women's role are important. I chanced upon some interviews that were done about her and how she recounted the fact that she was going for a loan in a bank and they asked that she either brings the husband. So it was almost like a country that had been built on patriarchy, and she demystified that. And so today, if you're a young woman who can be able to access loan, it's credited to some of the works that Nana Konadu Agyemang-Rawlings has done. And we would miss her dearly, miss her fortitude, her resilience, her standing up for women's rights and speaking up very clearly. She has been a great example of a couple because she stood very strongly with her husband all throughout the PNDC era, all throughout the AFRC. She's been a very formidable woman. And for me, I would consider her and her husband, both of them of blessed memory, I consider both of them as good examples in terms of marriage, publicly from what we saw, standing with your husband, and the husband also standing with her, because you realize that the husband didn't stand in the way of the pioneering of the NDP, fully gave his blessing for the wife to be able to flourish and live out to her God-given desires. And so it's a very sad day for Ghana. It's a very sad day for Africa. She epitomizes all, and a great model and a great example that we will continually remember when we mention her name. And may her soul rest in peace. Our deepest condolences to the family. And I'm glad as well that the daughter Zeneto is in Parliament. And so if you look at all the journey, you clearly would see that her footprints are loud to ignore. And for me, as I think about Dr. J.B.Danquah, who is considered the doyen of Ghanaian politics, I will consider Nana Konadu Agyemang-Rawlings as a trailblazer in Ghanaian politics.
Very well, very well.